Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Check, 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 check. Oh, fuck. You always gotta have your headphones. You gotta have your headphones, my chuckers. Alrighty. Yeah, continue. Getting logged in here, and then we'll start ripping on the growth engine to show people how to do some quick shit. Because I see a lot of cool, like a lot of people that are jumping into, hey, I'm gonna do some live streaming, and hey, I'm gonna promote my products online. And it's like, that is fantastic. I love that you're doing that. But what I think people got to know is like, you can do this a lot more efficient. I really, really want people to know that. And so I put together a full course on how to go live using Twitch, Streamlabs, basically post it everywhere, get content everywhere, and then how to turn that into AI. And that's what I think people need to be aware of. Like, this whole process can probably take like an hour, and you're doing it already by talking. So it's kind of hard to explain that sometimes, but that's why I jump on live. And I triggered some Biden supporters here in the comments, so we won't go into that. We got to do some training right now. We'll play with you guys later. All right, let me see. Tiki-taki. Oh, what up? And so what I wanted to show people was like, all right, I started this whole journey. Well, for the past 2 years, I've been looking into Vertex AI and how to build web apps. Like, I didn't even think about, it hasn't been a content-driven performance, but once I got the web app done, I'm like, well, I need to do some tutorials for my buddy on his website. And what was funny is doing that tutorial, my analytics, and this is my web app analytics, but when I was doing that tutorial, the one behind me is my web app analytics. Let me show you the different one. But the analytics were just like, all right, you need to do live tutorials on Vertex AI, and you need to show people how to do this, because my analytics, I was trying to promote my web app BizRise.io, which is, let me show you that bottom one so you guys can see BizRise while I'm doing the introduction. And the whole goal of this is to teach people, all right, if you want to like sell online, if you want to do the TikTok shop thing, like, absolutely, like, do it, crush it, I love it, but be efficient at it, like, we can do stuff a little bit better. And here's my web app, BizRise.io. That is what I've been essentially working on for the past 2 years, but I want to show you really what makes all of this like a full circle, powerful deal. Hang on, I need to put my YouTube channel analytics up and kind of tell the full story of what's going on and why I like to do things live. One, because the majority of the people that see this stuff live, they're like, you do not work with web apps. Like, what are you fucking talking about? You look like a trucker. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's why I do it live. Because some of us got to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So that's easier for me to do live than it is anything else. One, for a couple reasons. Like, it's live, prove it. These are my screens, I can. And then two, you get so much more content out of going live. Like, there's no point. If you're going to do any marketing, if you're going to do any promotional stuff, if you're going to do anything with your business online where you're trying to drive traffic, nothing else makes sense other than to, where's that TikTok one? Other than to go live. It really doesn't. 0.000%. And what I need to do is I need to get that fucking link on my profile. I need to get that link on my TikTok profile before we start recording. My business suite. Tiki-taki business suite. TikTok shop. I already have all this shit set up. Boy. But if anybody sees this and is around right now, holler at your boy. I gotta think the main chat on TikTok. I think. Yeah. So what you can do with a live stream, basically, I'm going Twitch Streamlabs. You can go live TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Insta, all at the same time. Just light it up. And I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay. Damn, do I have to go? I probably have to do that on mobile, huh? Son of a bitch. Can I not do that on? No way. I mean, I get the mobile friendly first stuff, but come on. And there we go. Do I really have to do that shit on mobile? Let's see. Mother. Son of a gun. I think I have to do this on my phone, so I gotta take the camera off for a second, but then I will get rolling on what I mean on Live AI. Essentially, when I'm saying going live, I'm using Twitch and Streamlabs, and then what I do is I take everything and I put it into a Vertex AI conversation agent that can basically just do it for you now, right? And that Vertex AI conversation agent, I want to show you guys that real quick because this is like, we'll tie this full circle, but it's kind of, you know what I can do? All right, check this out. What I'll do is this. So that's my web app, BizRise.io, the big one or the one in the middle on TikTok. But let's see, which one are you? So you would probably be this one. I do want to show you this because this is kind of cool, like full circle how this happened. This is, I mean, might as well just put them all stacked up there live, right? That just makes more sense. Okay. How's that volume? Yeah, this will be fun. We'll do it this way. That's funny. I can't believe I didn't think about this earlier. No, not you. That's my Google Analytics. That's YouTube. Yes, that's the one I need. So a classroom. Boom. Here you go. How's that look? Okay. And then we gotta go Gumroad too. Because Gumroad is the one I gotta tie together tonight on the growth engine. Because I know there's a few missing out of Streamlabs. Okay, cool. You guys can see that. Now I need to move my fat head out of the way of the desktop stream. Over there. Okay. And really how this goes full circle. This is why people got to figure out, go live, please. Please, please, please. Let me move that down so we can see that one in the middle. Okay, so here's the shake. I got to start my recording. Live to AI, what is it and what does it mean? Well, about a month ago, I started just tinkering around with live streaming. I had to do a tutorial on Google Analytics, and I wanted to be efficient about it. I didn't want to do it twice. Like, as much as I love looking at my analytics, it's just like, all right, I'll go do a tutorial. I had a buddy to show about his website. So I went to my Google Analytics and was fairly surprised about my findings. And I say that because I was doing it on my old Wix website, but I haven't been really working on that website much. It was kind of just a training ground for some AI agents and stuff like that. And there was a lot of traffic going there from just live streaming. And really what I wanted to figure out was why. So I went there, and I checked out, and you'll see it. I think it's in, let me check the Gumroad, this one. It's 1 or 2 of Google Analytics. But it surprised me. I mean, there it is, like 1.1. And that was just like, what is going on? I haven't been pushing people there. And that was when I started streaming live. And then, I checked out my YouTube analytics, and that was crazy. And it was all live education about Vertex AI. So I was like, you know what? I need to piece this all together. How can I do this live stream, get all of this content, get my transcription, which is the most important part. Surprise, surprise. Well, transcriptions and YouTube video, landscape, not vertical. I'll prove that. But because you have that transcription, now you can train a Vertex AI agent. And where that thing lives is on my web app, BizRise.io. So basically what it is, it's a full cycle, right? And it comes all from live streaming. Let me make this a little smaller so we can see BizRise. Okay, so there's BizRise.io. That's a web app I developed. And how to do all of this, well, not the web app, but how to get your transcription into an AI is all in this Gumroad course. And it goes with like, hey, first, check your analytics. Second, check your YouTube analytics, right? And this video right here, I mean, this video alone, this one video, I check my YouTube analytics. I think I post that to every platform, but I end up taking that full circle to a Vertex AI agent because it was just like, all right, this is badass. And what I did there was I went to my YouTube analytics, took some screenshots, gave them to Gemini. We came up with a 30-day plan, and I put that into an AI agent. And why is that effective? Well, let me show you. Because in my web app, which one are you? Web app. Where are you, web app? Okay, there you are. Why that's important? I will show you. So these all videos now from doing my live stream. Now my dude Hank over here. This is Hank. Let me minimize him again, then I'll bring him back up. But he's living on BizRise.io, right? That's my web app. I'm going to move my YouTube analytics all the way on the desktop. Okay, but this is old Hank here. And I've been doing a ton of these tutorials, right? Because of the analytics. It said, cool, do this. So I started doing the tutorials, started doing the educational stuff, put them on platforms. I think they're on Gumroad and my school community, which is the Growth Engine Academy, BizRise.io. But it all said teach people and do it live, but do it about Vertex AI. And what that is just that's an AI agent that you can build for yourself that Google lets us have access to. And it's probably the most easy shit you'll do. I mean, I see people that going on TikTok talking about, oh, I got to make like a 21-day plan on Canva, or I got to make an ebook. And it's like, if you can do that, you can do a Vertex AI agent. I mean, if you can copy and paste your URL of your website, you can do these. So here's Vertex AI. And the best part about these is they don't forget. Like, you don't have to retrain these guys every day. Like, you train them once and they're yours to continue to train and grow with you. Like, it's not going to reset. So this is Hank. Let's say hi to Hank. What up? What up, Hank? Yee. So Hank now is going to be able to teach people my tutorials, right? So now, let's say I want to learn about some Twitch. Boom. Okay. There's my entire Twitch Beginner 101 course, all right? There it is. And I mean, like, clip that. Like, if you're going to go live on TikTok and stream and try and do a TikTok shop, look at this. Like, that's crazy. You can just put all your stuff in a chat agent. That's all you need to do. But really, how this works full cycle. And I'm going to start a new recording in Streamlabs and post it. Then I'm going to put out a notification that I'm going to be live at 7 p.m. just going through this. Because I need to do, I think, I can't do a ton of interaction while I'm doing this live. The only thing I can do while I'm doing this live is kind of film these tutorials, because what you want to be aware of when you're training these AI agents is you're training it off what you say. And think about it as like Gemini with a blank slate, like with some guardrails, right? Like, it still has the Google safety rails, but it's like, all right, you tell me what you want me to do, and you basically just kind of point Gemini in the right direction. And what window is that? Let me show you what that looks like. Which one should I switch? Gumroad, or I probably got to switch Gumroad over. Let's just go look at what it looks like. Cloud.google.com. So this is where you can make your AI agent. It's Google Cloud. It's just Google's basically like saying, hey, here's a public computer for you to use. And it's got more horsepower than anything in your house. Like, go use Google's free stuff, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Ooh, I need to get that up on my lateral stream. Okay. So I'm live. I only went live tonight on Twitch and I think TikTok and YouTube. So we can get that. But I want to show you guys at least what the agent looks like when you're building it and what you can kind of get out of it. Because this is going to be my whole course in BizRise.io growth engine. It's like, if you really want to, like, if you're serious about wanting to sell stuff online or you want to sell stuff on TikTok, like, okay, let's do it, but let's do it really, really fast. Like, the goal is to make as much money as possible. We should do it by making, every effort we can to be as efficient as we can. Where's a good place to put my dome piece? And I need these horizontal layouts I struggle with a little bit. It's like you figure you would have more room, but you don't. Okay. So the one up top, or the one in the middle on TikTok, and the one up top on Twitch, and I think it's YouTube Shorts. It might be YouTube Shorts. But the one on top on the Twitch, YouTube, I guess on both, is Hank, like the result where we got Hank working. And then let's go into it's called Agent Builder. And yes, I've been doing this for the past couple of years, so I kind of fly around a little bit, but if you guys see something live that you have a question about, just make sure and holler at me so I can kind of stop. I think my main chat tonight is on TikTok, because there were some Biden guys poking around. So if they want to come holler at me, I'm here. But that's not the point. The point is today, people need to know what technology is available to them. And I'm not, I've always been interested in tech, right? I've always been a big fan of tech. I've always been trying to learn more tech. And then this just for some reason connected with me. And this is my Vertex AI agent. This is what it looks like when you're building it. And I got to get to that other result. If I don't see the TikTok chat for a second, I got to switch some screens. I'm sorry. If I don't see any chat for a second, I got both windows open. But let's move this over here. Okay, no. How is that taking over that screen? Oh, because it's a window capture. Well, let's just see, Hank, like what we did there. Let's refresh this and we'll start from the top so we can kind of see this in comparison. I'm just hanging out over here in the space over here. Okay. Dang, that's probably the biggest I've ever been on a horizontal stream. Yee. Okay. Drop it. Cool. So, oh, Hank, we're not going to reset, are we? Okay, so where Hank lives, this is Hank, my Vertex AI agent. And how this goes is I'll go live, do a video tutorial, right? So teach it live, use the transcription, use all the videos that I'm doing. And this is from one live. You do it once, and then you teach Hank. This is Hank, basically, Hank's brain. All right. I just did this tutorial about Twitch. When people come and ask about tutorials about Twitch, we need to tell them about Twitch. Okay, now this looks crazy because there's a bunch of lines everywhere. But basically what it is like, okay, if these people want to learn about Twitch, here's video 1, here's video 2, here's video 3. And Hank can provide those videos for them. It teaches them how to do it. And then the best part is Hank gets better every day. Okay, that's the important thing to think about with AI. When you're doing something, make it efficient for you that's going to remember the next day. Like, you don't need to do it twice. You don't need to re-prompt. You don't need a prompt sheet. You just need to do it once. And then everything else just starts going to itself. Okay, and this is all the conversation histories of Hank so far, and he's about a week old. So they're not perfect out of the gate, right? They're not going to have the shine of Gemini out of the gate. but you have the power of Gemini. And this is what you get the analytics out of. Like, it's been Twitch, right? That's where everything's been going for the past week, is Twitch. And a lot of people, there's been a couple of people that are like, isn't that just a kid's streaming platform? And it's like, yes and no. I mean, it is, because the kids use it because you can pump stuff everywhere. You're live. You can get a ton of content. Like, it's like us when we were, back in the day, getting that AOL dial-up, in the MySpace top 10, and we were like, this is so cool. And our parents are like, it's going to rot your brain. You don't know what you're talking about. And kids these days, there's no hope for the future. And it's like, okay, well, the deal is, that's kind of where we were at. Like, when I was talking to this lady, she's like, isn't that a kid's gaming platform? And I'm like, all right, yes. And when you go there and you first look at it, it's going to look like a circus, right? It's going to look like a zoo. But you can use it for business purposes because it has that much horsepower. Now, Hank down here, this is what we'll demonstrate. Let's go back to the build tab. It's easy I think it's more easily visualized than talked about. That's why I do stuff live. Just like, you just got to see kind of how it works. But basically, you do the tutorials, right? All right, I'm going to teach Hank how to do it. And then I'll show you this too. This is my old website, because you can use your website as the training ground for all your information. So the training ground right here, my internet is probably struggling, but the training ground right here, right? Like, so this video tutorial I recorded. Oh, dang. Yeah, I am recording. Sweet. But this video tutorial, recording live, right? And then what you do is you get the transcription. Now, did I talk this clean the entire live? Absolutely not. No. This is basically the cleaned up version, right? But I'll get that entire transcription from, let's go to, this is streamlabs.com/dashboard. Boom. And what I want to show you here is basically the stuff you're going to get out of it. So my Streamlabs ID, that's my name. I ain't scared. Log in. Because it's important, you guys, like, if you're going to do it, like, if you're going to have this transcription, if you're going to be pushing all of this stuff out, if you're going to be trying to, if you want to grow that 10K a month business, if you want to have that freedom, like, do it once. Don't do it every single day. And I think what people need to realize is, like, AI is more effective when it's yours, right? Don't get me wrong, it's still Google's, right? But Google took a smarter approach to that one than I think anybody else did. And I know there's some GPT bots out there and stuff that are pretty damn cool. And I love ChatGPT too. And I use the shit out of that when I can. But what people got to be aware of and people got to understand is there is a better way to do things. And I say that because I think you can have these Vertex AI agents as yours, right? So instead of trying to go out and directly contact 10,000 people, what you do is you just initiate that content, right? Like, initiate that, hey, what's up? And then push them to your AI for your AI to take over that conversation, because you've already done the sales, the marketing. Like, let your AI handle that for you. Okay, but let's take a look at Podcast Editor, because what I did with that initial live was that you take the transcription, put it into Gemini, Streamlabs ID. I gotta log in. And if I don't see a chat, I'm sorry. I got like 16,000 windows open. I need like 5 monitors. I want one of them fucking giant ones, like a gamer monitor. Okay, you guys can see that. All right, so all this stuff. Okay, YouTube data to Liquor Studio. This one, I think. Okay, you can see that. Cool. But this is where you get, so basically you do your whole live stream, right? And then Podcast Editor will take out the pauses, the filler words, all the bullshit, right? And I probably should look at this more, but really I just take it from here, go straight to Gemini. What I'll do is I'll export the video, right? And then you can get this entire transcription out. So when you export it, yeah, you can get the text. So you can get the text. Let's just see. This is kind of a big video, so I don't want to. I mean, you can see that, right? So this one was about a 5-minute video. But yeah, you basically just do your live stream on what you're doing already. Take all of this, put it into Gemini, clean it up. You take that, post it on your website, all of the tutorials you're doing. And then what you do is you come in here to this puppy. This is your Vertex AI agent. Mine's named Hank. He's on BizRise.io. So if you see Hank, go talk to him and train him. But the data stores right here. This is where it really separates the men from the boys. You can train him on that content. Like you're training your AI on your own content. And then you slap them in here, and you're golden. Hello. You want to see some cool shit too? Turns out I didn't even, no, I kind of knew this. So there's a setting in Vertex AI where you can enable Code Gemini, so it can help you with code. And I was like, all right, well, can you help me with some JSON? Because I want those choice chips to pop up every time without having to refresh. And we'll see if that works today. We'll just prove it. But what I did, I want to show people this. I'm going to stop and start a new recording. The Growth Engine by BizRise.io. How does it work? The other night, I went to my YouTube analytics, took some screenshots, gave them to Gemini, put out a 30-day plan of the videos I need to record. Now it lives in a Vertex AI agent on my website, on my web app. And his name is Hank. He's trained on the data from my website. And this is what Hank looks like. So every tutorial you've done or any teaching you've done, you go in here. It's called Dialogflow CX. It's Vertex AI Agent Builder. It's got 2 different versions of those, or actually I think 4 now, which is the other 2 are crazy. But now your AI is going to learn those tutorials. And they learn pretty damn good. They learn much better than us. And then they'll be able to provide them to our end users, right? And I think I did Twitch before, so we can do, I think the analytics is up to snuff. Yeah, here's the analytics course. Like, why would you not have an AI agent do that for you? You've already done it, right? Like, you might as well have the AI do it for you. And it's not AI that's going to be like GPT or Gemini, what you're kind of used to seeing, that's just like produce this content, we'll forget tomorrow. This one's more of like your assistant or like your Jarvis. This is what I like to try and explain people. It's like the Iron Man Jarvis. Like train it on what you have to do and then it'll just do it for you or be your assistant, right? And linking these up, this is a hybrid agent. This is some real horsepower, but to get them started, all you got to do is copy and paste your website. But turning them hybrid, right, goes into the analytics. So you're going to know what your customers say. And that's the basically whole school course I'm teaching. But with Hank, like I was talking about with the YouTube, like I want to grow my YouTube channel was the initial goal or was the initial plan on analytics. But then it kind of all came full circle. And you'll see my surprise in that in the Google Analytics tutorial when I did that on my website. I was like, holy cow, what is going on? People are going to my website to check out Vertex AI search and conversation. And I hadn't looked at that website in a while. So I was like, well, might as well just show people how to do this because if you can go live on TikTok, you can build a Hank. And it's your own Hank. What up? So right now, right, I'm just coming in saying what up to Hank. So the one on top of the 2 screens is showing you like the live action. The one on the left or the one on the bottom is showing, I'll just show you where we're going. So right there we went and said what? Hello, what up? So we're basically right here in the default start flow, right? So just came in and said hi. So Hank's, oh, that's kind of lagging, huh? Basically, we're coming in here to that start page. Okay, so that's what we just asked Hank. And now we want to go to, what do we say, Google Analytics. So we're going to select Google Analytics. Okay, now what that is showing us is this whole thing. So if we want to go to video, let's just video 1, right? All we'd have to do on Hank or anybody that goes to BizRise.io, just click homepage overview. Boom. Okay, and then there's that first tutorial that Hank's going to be teaching people. Now, why is that important? Efficiency, analytics, future forward decisions. I mean, what can't you get out of a full cycle system, right? And all you have to do is go live. That's it. That's not it. I mean, you have to go live. You got to get your clips and your videos, just post it to YouTube, put it on your website, use the transcription, train some AI. Now, probably full cycle, like getting this thing set up, if you follow step-by-step tutorials, like if you take my course, which one is that? That one. That is going to teach you how to build your own Hank. Now, this is my School Games community, or School Games Academy, but it's fucking nuts. Like, this is the best way to do shit. I've used a ton of platforms, a lot of them. Like Gumroad, I think is fantastic. WAP is one I gotta get. I love WAP a lot. WAP is some very clean build. Great job, fellas. The developers of School Games and WAP, hat respect to you, man. Like, tip the cap. You guys are fucking awesome. What you guys have done on WAP and School Games is incredible. Very well developed. My web app is not as functional as yours. But that goes without saying. It will be. But yeah, this is the course that I teach in my academy. Is basically how to take, let's figure out what we want to do. How are we going to make our own growth engine, right? It's one thing to do it once. It's one thing to do it for other people, but how do you do it for you? And that's basically just, let's check out what our analytics say. Let's go to Looker Studio if you want. You don't really need to go to Looker Studio. It's just a nice report if your boss wants one. But let's live stream on Twitch. This is what I'm going to expand on tonight. I'm going to do some Streamlabs tutorials because that's going to be probably, getting set up the first time. Like Twitch, you can figure out probably without me. But there are some tips and tricks in there that are pretty good. This is like all 101 stuff. But what I'm going to turn this into, this is going to be expanded for sure. Because, like you can come in and check out the layout editor and all this stuff. Like it basically like how to set it up. But what I'm going to dive into is the settings because those are going to take some tinkering and there's got to be, essentially personalized setup. But in the classroom too, this is where we're going to kind of lead everything is these puppies. Because you want your AI to work for you, right? Like you want it to remember the next day. You want it to learn and grow with you. You want it to improve and become stronger. So what this does is it basically gives you an overview. Hey, what are we learning? Head to Google Cloud Platform. Check out the agent builder. Create a new chat app. Let's get the data store. Use my website data store for this demo. Now let's get to the chat app. What we're going to do here is welcome to it. Like, hey, this is what we're going to look at, right? And make sure you get through of 9 and 10 especially. But take your time on all this because if you go step by step and just follow these videos, you're going to learn a ton. But it's important before you get because if you're like me, I got to Dialogflow CX. I don't read instructions. I don't, I'm a guy. Like, I don't think about that shit. So I got into Vertex AI and Dialogflow CX, and I just started slapping stuff together, right? And that isn't always as beneficial. So, what I guess I'm trying to tell people is I have made those mistakes for you, so you don't have to. Which, you know what? I wonder if I shrink this, if that'll pull off the... Yeah, all right, so all that does is shrink the window. But Streamlabs is something that I think is going to be important for people, and not just going to be like we're just going to go Streamlabs nasty right now. Like, we're going to hit it. Because the shit in Streamlabs, like the amount of stuff you can do from Streamlabs desktop is fucking nuts. Like, it legit is nuts. And I need to get my big old noggin out of the way. What's funny is, like, there's a bunch of people, and don't get me wrong, like, I love these strategies. I love the game, man. Like, I love what's going on the internet. I love people that are learning. I love that. Like, expand your life. I love it. But do it efficiently. Like, do it as fast as possible, right? And accurately. And there's nothing more that people trust than live, authentic content. Like, there's no smoke and mirrors in my product. Like, I will show you exactly what it does. Because that's what I do every night. Like, I'm going to do it anyway. You should learn how. You don't have to. You can think faceless channels are sustainable and prepackaged marketing stuff is going to win over time. But it's like, and don't get me wrong, the teams behind those formats are fucking incredible. Like, they're very, very smart. So I think, there's going to be something to it. The only thing that my concern would be regarding some of that is, especially faceless channels, it's not like Google likes paying people to not actually, like, do stuff, right? YouTube's not going to be like, oh, okay, cool, you guys just want to have GPT pump out content and we'll pay GPT? It's like, no, they're probably going to, they already know. They do. But what do I got? Say it up here. Yeah, we got to go balls deep on some Streamlabs because that's going to save you a ton of time. Like, Twitch is fantastic, but you need to see gosh, what do you need to see the most? Basically, I'm just going to walk the dog on my school academy and on Gumroad and kind of piece together where I think there might be some holes for people. The school academy did go up to the $9.99 a month. I had it free for about 2 weeks. I put the word out. I let people know. But that is, now there is going to be a free side of it. That'll be just kind of BizRise Academy, and I'll move some like entry level stuff there, probably like Canva, checking out our analytics, that stuff will all kind of be on the free side of it. But what I'm going to do for the main course is one, like it's going to start at analytics. And the whole course is pretty much built, except for how to take an agent, Vertex AI agent hybrid, and turn that into a Vertex AI search. And there's 4 ways to access this content. And there's 4 ways to do this. So I thought that was a little much. So I'm going to cut it down to 3, and we're going to combine 2 of these pieces. Now, what 2 pieces am I going to combine? And I will tell you. Let me show... because people need to know. I'll tell you. Okay, boom. Let's bring this up. And then the other one I need to show. Okay, so we got that one on. Which one are you? Get my windows open. How is that the same thing? Sorry, I need to get a different window up so you guys can see that one. Which one are you, though? This one? This one. This one. I'm going to be doing some window swapping here. Hang tight. Whoa. Not that one. Whoa. That is a pretty cool setup. I'm going to leave Dialogflow CX like that up there. Is that it? No, that's my analytics. This one. No, that's YouTube. No. This one. No. This one. No. How is that not up? This one. That one? Oh, where's 5? Is that 5? 5 reburied? Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Sorry. TikTok looks great, but it's the horizontal stream that I gotta get figured out. Where'd you go? There you are. Because I want to show people really what the deal is. Like, all right, if you want to do this, I will teach you how. And I do my stuff live for a couple reasons. One, a majority of people, when they see my mug or my approach to teaching, they're like, you sound like a fucking truck driver. And it's like, well, I know. So in order to kind of relieve some of that objection, it's like, yeah, you know what? I'll just start doing them live. It's more fun anyway. Okay, that'll work. And then I got to get that other one. What are you? Okay. Because I want to show people BizRise.io too, like what we're going to learn and what we're going to do. Because you got to know what the kind of end game is first, right? Not the beginning. And that's something I say about AI is like, so here's going to be essentially what we're looking at the goal is, right, let me go to my school community too. So get to the whole classroom. What's the end goal of all this, right? So you got to learn, all right, what do we want to do? How are we going to slap it all together to make it work for us? What are people looking at with the analytics? Let's stream live. These are full walkthroughs, kind of a breakdown of what content you get. And then let's start building our AI agent for us, right? And let's turn them into a hybrid agent, which is powerful. And then the search, we'll use that too. But on BizRise.io at the same time, because I wanted to complement two things, right? I wanted to be able to give people a place, because it's one thing to have the tutorials, but it's another thing to be able to kind of like track it and put it all together, which there was some very good features in School Games community, but dang it, double password. Like we need to like take notes and go like daily, like you need to have some inputs and some places to track stuff, right? So here's the dashboard of BizRise.io, and what you can do, you know, be putting in 3 daily goals. So the growth engine is what I'll be putting together for people to track it. But if you're reaching out to people, right, like you need to have a prospector, like you need to have a CRM, marketing content. Like this is cool. Check this shit out. This is also AI that doesn't forget, but it doesn't necessarily learn. So what this is basically Gemini. It's powered by Gemini, where there's some initial inputs when you're registering a profile on BizRise.io, and you click generate post, like we'll select that campaign, add it to me. Bruno's my first user. What up, Bruno? But this is going to be complementary to the BizRise.io Academy. So basically, while we're doing the community and going through the course, you will you get a password and log in here, but it's not going to be like a free for all, right? Like my BizRise.io Academy is, you got to get approved first, but when you do get that approval and you want to like jump in and start learning this BizRise.io entire web app will be for you as well. But what this does is basically says, all right, like when I signed up for my business, I told it, what I do, what my products are, value adds, all that. And then, did I lose? Yeah, trying to push all this. Did I lose audio? Something dropped. I'm pushing too much. That's all right. We'll let it spin. Oh, I can't push that much. think it works. I gotta close some windows. Ah! Closing windows. Damn it. Am I dropping it? Oh, I hope I didn't drop it. Did I drop the stream? I don't know if you guys can hear me. It looks on my end like I dropped the stream. Oh no. Right when it was Gemini boosting. Now that's the tough part. There are some great advantages to live streaming. You can do a ton at one time, but you're at the mercy of a couple things: your internet, your horsepower, and then how much you're trying to push. So like right now, I have, damn, I don't know if people can hear me. I need to restart the stream if they can't. Fuck. Fuck. I'm gonna go to the chat. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Yeah, I'm frozen like a dead dog. Hey. Okay, I'm gonna shut that web app off. Damn it. That's the tough part, is really trying to do all of that at once. Like, I'm showing you my entire like Chingaderas here. We're gonna get you out of here. Back out of you. And I'm trying to close some windows. Hopefully dial it up. All right, I'm gonna refresh a couple things, and then if I'm still frozen, I'll start it over again. Okay. TikTok, it looks like it's back live. Is TikTok back live? It is. All right. Cool. Yeah, what up? All right, badass. So now what I got to do is I actually got to fill in some of these blanks on, because let me go to that school games community to show you guys. I turned that web app off. But basically what it does there is Gemini is going to pump out your personalized marketing content. And it gives you the script, title, description, keywords, hashtags, and meta description. You can just grab and post, and a blog post. That's if you don't want to go live. So that'd be like plan B, is using all of that shit. So that shit is going to be less efficient than just doing it live, which is fucking crazy. Let's see, what are you? Yeah, we don't need you in there. Is that my Dialogflow CX? No, that's YouTube Analytics. Google Analytics. Where's my Dialogflow CX? There it is. Let's see if I can like stagger these maybe. Stagger these windows a little bit. Which one are you? Why are you sitting on top? Okay, we need to put you here. Okay, so now what am I gonna do with Mr. Hank? Oh, I gotta put this on my mobile stream too, so you guys can see that shit. Boom. Okay, we're gonna put you in the middle. All right. So we're gonna expand on the Vertex AI hybrid agent. That's the goal tonight. And I'm gonna do this staggered look on TikTok. That looks pretty good. But when I get to cooking on the next live stream, and make sure, you guys, this is just my experience, but make sure what you do when you're doing your live streams. I try not to take recordings over 45, 50 minutes. Yikes. Because sometimes it can be fairly difficult to move that size of a file around. So try and keep them, like if you're going to do a full live stream tutorial, try and keep them about 50 minutes, especially if you're going to record the whole thing. If you're going to just, do quick recordings, like keep your live stream rolling. I should probably be more specific on that, but don't do live stream recordings over an hour. You can live stream as long as you want, but don't do those recordings. I got a puppy in here. Her name's Cookie. She's just messing with some stuff, but sorry. But this is what we're going to build. We got to finish this tutorial. Hybrid. Okay. So we're going to knock out, what an intent is, what an entity is, how to do these choice chips, which, what is a choice chip? Let's look. BizRise. This is my web app where Hank lives, BizRise.io. It is, so I developed it on Flutterflow for many, many reasons. No code, low code, right? You can put in some custom code. There's some custom Dart stuff in there, but it's really user friendly. Like, it's really fast. It looks pretty. Like, it's going to execute the way people are expecting professional platforms to execute. Now, is mine perfect? Absolutely not. And there's a reason, right? Like, this is what we got to learn to build in the community. But old Hank Dog lives in here. You can't see Hank Dog. I got to make this Dialogflow CX window smaller. Get him, Kicks. Let's drag this down. So you guys can see old Hank in action. But Hank's basically my Vertex AI agent. Kicks. And here's Hank. There's Hank. And what a choice chip is hello. So I think, yeah, these are choice chips, all right? Which basically just means, where do you want to go? And I want to learn about Streamlabs. Okay, boom. Now these are a little different than choice chips. These are custom event buttons. So basically what that means is, give me a button to point me in the right direction. So if somebody wants to learn about, what's probably the best one for studio mode? Editor. So studio mode, I use a ton. Add a new scene. So these are like all kind of getting familiar. This is why I want to do this one a little bit more tonight. But because I think you're going to save a lot more time if we go through settings of Streamlabs and how to really kind of set that up. I mean, there's a ton of good videos out there. A ton, and especially some good free ones on YouTube. So if you want to check the free ones on YouTube, like, by all means do that. But what I'm going to be teaching in my academy is really how to do this, how to set it up. Like, I'll have links to the resources that I found to do it, etc. But this is essentially a choice chip, and it gives you that, right? So now, basically what I'm doing there is I'm taking Hank, which would be this flow right here, and that we turned into, I think it was like 3 or 4. But basically going here, right? And then inside of this, inside old Hank, we have the fulfillment. So the fulfillment section is going to be, which one was that? Let's just go back and check. What'd you say? Streamlabs 5. All right, so let's go check out Streamlabs 5. Boom. So by teaching that tutorial, right? Like I just did the tutorial, recorded it, got the transcription, gave Hank the transcription in the video, and now he can teach it. And then I'll know what people are asking about the next day. But inside of here, so in that fulfillment, right, we come in, and I'm going to put all this JSON in the academy too. So because it does, like this, a Dialogflow CX agent does take quite a bit of bouncing around. So I'm going to put, this JSON in there, and, this is your YouTube video link. Like, what does an anchor mean? Because this isn't where you'll pull it from initially. This isn't the same JSON code. And JSON's nothing crazy. It's basically just, look, bracket, bracket. One's curly, one's not. What is it? Where's it coming from? What type of stuff are you giving me? And then just tell me what section it is. So the thing about coding, what I like kind of talking about coding is like, don't overthink this shit. Like, it looks fucking crazy because it looks like shit is everywhere, right? Like, what the fuck is rich content? It just means it allows you to put a YouTube video in, and you have to name shit something, And where is it coming from? You got to know what it is. Like, where is it? So you got to just kind of show these things where it is. But there's the video, so you can put them in there. And there's the agent response. The cool part about it is a lot of these settings too we'll check into. But this will be, so I think this was video 10 of that Vertex AI tutorial. What settings they have. So these are all the JSON, at least code we have in there now. And I'll put these all in the Academy so you can just grab them and edit them. But for your machine learning, right, you want to enable that in all your flows. And bless you, Cookie. The cool thing about Hank is I don't have anything banned yet, but let's put this. Tom Brady is the best QB of all time. I don't want Hank to say that, okay? So we got to have some safety features in there. We'll save that there. Glad I saw that. But generative fallback, right? So this is all being backed by Gemini. You just got to point it in the right direction. And you just give it a little prompt like, hey, this is what you do. And then, the cool part, data store. So this is how you really kind of, I'd probably say, piece the glue between your data in your live stream and actual Gemini output in your agent. What that means is this is kind of how you tie it all together. These are like some guide rails. But with your data store, which is like your website, your content, all that, you basically say, what's your name, Hank? What do you do? What are you running on? And then, all right, Hank knows what's going on. So Gemini already knows your shit. It's probably been indexed by Google already. Might as well utilize it. And then, let's save that. What else is cool? I don't know if we'll go into any of this stuff. But you can. You can go speech to text, text to speech, pick your different voices. Multimodal, I don't know. And I don't want to say before I look into it, but yeah, Gemini, like you might be able to now. Because you previously weren't, but you might be able to now. But because last night Hank started doing some JSON for me, which I was like, I didn't teach Hank JSON, but I think that comes from, this comes from intent. There's a setting in here where you can turn on the coding, or like be able to bring that response. Fallback links, summarization prompts. Is it in here? No. Share, no. Languages. So you can do, bilingual, trilingual, speak all of them. Like what language you want. Security, let's see, route groups. But basically tonight, what I got to finish, there's basically two main pieces missing that I was looking at on the course. And one was Streamlabs, and the other one was this. Like, I need to make it full hybrid for you. But here's the other thing to check out too. Okay. But like, where are you going to use these things, right? Messenger, Meta. So do the initial engage, right? Workplace, Slack, Twilio, Discord, which I fired up a Discord server too. So that'll probably actually be, I'll tie that to Gumroad because I don't want too many places for people to have to go. I want them to go to one place to have it all, right? Like, go to one spot, you can do all this. But, you're going to have, I think the best I've figured so far is one, we'll go to the school community first, go to BizRise Academy. That'll be like the educational, community-based, like bump back and forth platform. And then the web app I'm going to package in with that academy for people to use. Because you need a place to track your progress, what you're doing, especially like some of your settings, some of your, there is quite a lot of stuff out there and available. So it's like, all right, I don't want you guys to have to do it twice, like that's the biggest thing with this is, if the goal is time, money, and freedom, well, we need to use AI to do it for us, but we don't want to have to do it again tomorrow. Like, just have AI do it once. But basically, these little bots are fucking crazy. And it's Google's version of it, right? So it's absolutely insane. And then the cool thing about it too, well, how many? Okay, I got a few people still up, but I want to show you guys this. This one's really cool. This one I love. I really do. And I nerd out. But part of the reason I do it live is because most people, when they see me on tutorials, are like, who's this fucking dickhead teaching tech tutorials? And it's like, yeah, I get it. I'm wearing a cutoff t-shirt, backwards hat, talk like a sailor sometimes, but I can make this shit really efficient for you. I'll fucking prove it live. And that's the whole point. Okay. This one, hands down, like if anybody sees this and takes anything out of this video, if there's anybody in the world that gets something out of this, this will make it worth it. Okay, we are simply like, I'm going to make that big on the horizontal one. But this, I mean, this alone, a Vertex AI search alone will change your entire business. No doubt about it in mind. No doubt about it. This is the easiest form of AI that people like. And what it is called a Vertex AI search. Because people, when they go to your website, like when they want to see your stuff, like they don't want to spend time dicking around, like they want it. Like, and look at these. This is how you can create an AI app this quickly. And what's cool to see about these, now this one's cool, right? This one, I'll show you agent real quick. Sure, we'll create one. But you can make an AI agent pretty effectively, pretty quickly. This is like, all right, look at my website, do this, do that, right? So this will probably be the most easy and user-friendly, like get it started thing. You just give it instructions in your website. But I'm not going to recommend doing that. Like you can, yes, it's going to be effective, yes. But I don't know if you get the analytics from this that you would on the other one. If you do, we'll just do this. But yeah, your settings, right? Like I don't think you get the analytics. Always do these, enable cloud logging. We don't need to do BigQuery export if we don't get some of those analytics. But you can, because I mean, then you'll have it. But yeah, so this is probably the easiest way to do it. But same thing, right? You can deploy it all these platforms. But yeah, I don't think you get the analytics yet. So I'm not going to recommend that one. But it really is effective. And if somebody sees that and wants me to do a tutorial on it, yeah, sure. But let's go back to Vertex. Sorry, I got distracted. We need to look at the search. The search is the most important fucking thing to look at. Like, and this is for like, think about if you're in HR, if you're in, government, medical, lawyer, doctor, or even if you're teaching a course. Like I'm going to put all of my stuff into this because the search is, well, one, user friendly. Like some people don't really like chatbots, so you try and make them expand into a whole window. But these searches are fantastic. And once we get through the first a couple apps, I'm gonna do a content recommendation engine. What is that? And for lack of a better term, it'd be like when you go to Pornhub and you're like, "What's next?" It knows. That's how you do it. But the search, this one's fucking crazy. This one's cool. Generic media. Let me see if I got one that, I don't know if I have one built in this account. Generic's fine. Let's go. We'll just start building Hank. Hank, search. We'll just start building Hank right now. Why not? That's what we do on live tutorials. We just figure it out. Fuck, I gotta stop my recording though. I'm gonna stop my recording. Start another one. Bada bing. Let's go check out a Vertex AI search. Why not? We came to do a live tutorial. We're just gonna fire up Hank. I'll make sure and go back and do it in more granular detail later because, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just go back. Cool. So when you go to Agent Builder, let's come up to the top and click on Create an App. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to develop a Vertex AI search. We're just going generic tonight. We're going to make him an expert on my information, my tutorials, my courses, my life. Okay. Hank search. AI. Company name, BizRise.io. Make sure you go talk to Hank. He's the chat bubble on my web app BizRise.io. He's like a week old, so he needs some training. Anything you're doing in Vertex AI, keep that data in multi-region, global, not regional, global. The reason for that is your costs are going to be down if you have that data accessible on the entire world, where different agents can kind of pull from that. Google essentially has that data accessible everywhere and will pull from different facilities based on the location of that data, and the transfer cost, storage cost is usually a big thing. So check out that one on global. And then what we're going to do here is just click continue. All right, let's do this. Data store. And look at, I mean, the availability of the data stores. These keep growing. Because I've been doing that web app development for, I don't know, probably the last couple months. So I haven't really checked into this, but you can use your website content. Anything in BigQuery. What this means is if you can upload a file and attach a file to an email, you can build an AI search just if you know where to put it. Google Drive, that is fucking nuts. This wasn't available when this thing first came out. But that just, I mean, that makes it, I mean, I think I'm going to do a fucking Vertex AI search on your fucking Google Drive. And you can just upload your documents there. The API, oh my God, I love this. If you don't know what an API is, it basically just means, all right, if I have stuff over here in YouTube and I have stuff over here I want to get to Vertex AI, I'm using both, YouTube, Vertex, how do we talk to each other and just auto share? It's like, and yeah, it takes a little bit of code, but we'll go through that. SQL databases, and then I haven't messed with Spanner and Bigtable much. But I'll check into those, or Alloy. I do run a Firestore. This is what I connect. This is what my web app runs on, BizRise.io. Now, what's important to think about here is we want a fully learning AI system, right? So web app, Firestore. Firestore connects to BigQuery. BigQuery connects to Vertex AI. Your AI is just constantly learning. But let's do just website content. This is the, like, I think as far as functionality, this has been one of the easiest ones. It works. I mean, it works probably the best. But you basically come in. So this is my website, thataido.com. This was like my first or second, like this was a couple years ago, like first or second website ever. But I turned that into the training ground. So let's go. Let's just do, yeah, let's do BizRise. Okay, let's do Twitch. So we want to be able to like find stuff, right? So you basically, here's your website. And what I did here is all the tutorials I did on Twitch, I do them live, and then the transcript isn't that pretty, right? It's going to be me fucking this way or that way. But you take that transcript, feed it to Gemini, say, hey, clean this up, put it on your website, right? It's going to help with a couple things, SEO, drive traffic, all of the above. But you get the point, right? It's on your website. Cool. So all we do, if I want to teach my search on this website, you just come up here. Oh, you can't see that, huh? Let me adjust those windows so you guys can see that. I got to make sure you guys can see that part of the window. I get the URL up. You guys, and what's funny is like, I do some of these tutorials and there's some stuff on here you shouldn't be like putting for people to see. So anytime I do these tutorials, I got to download them and re-upload them, but that's the only pain in the ass about it. But where these, you know, some of these sensitive areas are, it's like, well, you got to fucking see it. So it is what it is. All right, I got both URLs up, horizontal and vertical. Okay, so basically all you do here to train your search, okay, select that, boom, copy your URL. I think you can see that. But make sure you copy your URL. Go back to create an app, which you can see, I hope, on advanced indexing. So this is the important part with search and follow-ups, chat and recommendations. Index refresh of your activity. Data source every few weeks. Yes, 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 yes. And the cost of all this, what's funny is people are asking, like, what does that cost to do all that? It's like, if you do it yourself, I've been probably fucking with these things for 2 years, and Google gives you like free credits. I think they give you like, when these things are first coming out, it's like $2,000 of free credits to spend on development costs. And I think I spent in the total of 2 years, and well, besides the one I did on the Bitcoin stuff, that took a lot of data. But if you're just training on your website, all that other stuff that I did for the last 2 years has cost me like 30 something cents. Like, it's not a lot of cost. Now the web app, that's a little bit more, and Firebase, that's going to be a little bit more, but doing these agents has been relatively free. And in order to train this search on that site, you just got to match that syntax, right? So since I'm just doing a page, I'm not doing the entire domain or the entire site. I'm just doing, what am I doing? Part of the site? Entire site. So I'm doing this one right here. So you just want to match this syntax, right? www, my site, fact. Okay. www.twitch.com or .com/Twitch101. Boom. Boom. Okay. That's all you do. Okay, we're going to hit continue. Data store name should just be Hank search Twitch. Okay. Boom. So now, I mean, damn, I gotta restart all this recording stuff in a second, but basically in about 4 hours, 3 hours, Hank's gonna be in, that search is gonna be an expert. And the cool part is, let me see if I got a Twitch, or let me see if I got an app in here for you guys to see that's a search, because the UI is actually really good. Chat. Let's go into, I don't know if I have any in this project. Let me get another window open. I know where I got one. Let's see. But one thing important to look at too before you move on to that. So go back into your data stores because we're not done yet. Sorry, that's my fault. Twitch right here. So see how it doesn't have an app connected to it? So I got a little ahead of myself, but come in here. We're gonna check that out. So we're spinning up that data store, but now we gotta go. It should have that selection box next to it. Did it register, Hank? Search? Or did I not engage it? Agent, small biz. Did I not engage that search? Oh, okay, hang on. Let's go back. There's one for an example. Colorado Small Business Grants. So what I did on this one's pretty cool. I made a search on the 8 available Colorado Small Business Grant programs so people to get information. So you can say, what grant programs, let's say this, because I don't know if there are or not. Are there grant programs available for tech business startups in Colorado? Let's see what it says on the generation. Oh, dang it, streaming. Okay. So what's cool about this is one of my favorite features of Vertex AI is the search. It's going to provide that for you, right? So it's going to give you that information. Yeah, the Advanced Industries Collaborative Infrastructure Grant, a funding option for Colorado tech startups. It's going to give you that info. Here's to be eligible. Here's what geez, this is cool. This has gotten so much crazier in the last couple months. It wasn't this cool before. I mean, it was really cool, but it's funny. Every time you like sign on to GCP, you find something new to play with. You're like, holy shit. I don't even know what this does. What is this? Oh, it's sourcing it. So it's sourcing each specific deal. And that's the cool thing about the search too, is it's going to show you, wow, this is cool. It's providing like those all, Google, you done outdid yourself on this one. Like, that's crazy. You know, let's just see if we can, let's go take this and put it on I'm not going to be able to do this live. But what I'm going to do for everybody in my academy is it's easier to share these when you're just doing like a Zoom meeting, and the academy in School of Games has that feature where you can do Zoom meetings. But trying to live stream it makes it pretty difficult just to push it all around. It won't like push all that data. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, Gemini 1.5 Flash isn't even in preview anymore. Jeez Louise. Upgrades, people. Yeah, fuck yeah, give me that new shit. And then your integration. This is something that people are gonna they sometimes hit this point and they start freaking out. But right, like it's okay, so I can use it on thataido.com. You know what? Let's just deploy this. Might as well. We're gonna have to do some CSS to it, but let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure I got all my settings correct. So I mean, this is a cool thing about the API, right? So basically you would have to get, we'll figure out, you know, where some of this stuff is, right? And you just got to know where it is and where to put all of it. And it looks all crazy, but you just got to know what it is. But on the integration, it's really easy. Let's see the analytics too, what it gives us here. Fuck, it gives you per search analytics. So there's not going to be anything on it now, but okay, yeah. The Vertex AI search you got to use. But integration, let's just go grab this and we'll go slap it up on the old Wix website real quick. Let's just copy this. No, yeah, we'll copy this. Let's go to, and then I'm going to open up another window to show you guys my Wix website. But basically what we're doing here is, I mean, shit, I made this, I don't know, how long ago? I think this was fairly recent, but you basically just train AI. So this would be like a document heavy engine. Doctors, lawyers, if you have, like, think about if you have 100 course videos that you can transcribe with Streamlabs podcast editor. Like, let's just wrap our minds around this real quick. If you do 100 video tutorials, which that sounds like a lot, right? But I'm going to put together a list. I'm going to come back about, I don't know, 7:30 and just attack all of this list, like one by one by one. Actually, matter of fact, like Hank, my YouTube agent, has that. You put them in here. You put them in your Vertex AI search, which this is the Colorado Small Business Grant one, but you can say what funding programs are available for, nice spelling, rural areas in Colorado. Okay, that was the one we had before. So you can do a follow-up too. So, hey, if I got the same info, are there other grants? This is the first time I've used this search too. It's kind of cool. Okay, so it's the only one available for rural areas and explains that. Okay, cool. What else did you say? Give me one of these choice chips. Keep saying the same one. Let's see. What are the grants available in Colorado? Because I have a small business. I trained one on the Colorado Small Business Handbook too. That one might be very effective. Is that the only one I have in there? So then let's go new question. Let's go all the way new question. So, what are the grant programs available in Colorado. And I think this one was trained off a PDF. There's got to be more than that. Let's go check that data store. Because there should be more than that one in there. No, it's just the one. Okay. That's why. But yeah, here's the grant program. Basically, it just breaks down, you know, all of those pages. But I'll show you the Colorado Small Business full one later. Because what I got to lay out is just a plan and go execute. And basically, I wanted to do at least a little bit of an intro and then rolling on from here. So basically, I'm going to turn off the recording, probably turn on some music and lay out the plan. Because I think it's 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. I'm going to go live and just kind of do these tutorials. Because there's a few holes missing, but I'll show people what it is. And then what is important about that is I want people to know, you know, what they're capable of and that they can do it. And I'll have those sources available for people to go learn them and everything. So for like the next, I don't know, probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'll be jamming out to some music and setting it up for the ripping out tutorials. Because I also tell people, like, all right, you can do a lot by going live streaming. So I figured, let's just knock it all out in one and figure it out. So I'm gonna do that shit. All right. I'm going to stop this recording. If you guys need something or somebody has a question while I'm writing this path out, main chat is on TikTok. Main chat is TikTok tonight. But if you need to go grab a quick drink, if you need to do something for like the next 15, I'll probably be back. Yeah, 7:15. I'll jump back on. I'll put together because I got to do a hybrid agent, like intents, entities, flows, you know, some choice chips, some buttons, kind of show you guys how to do that. Put the YouTube video in there. And then the only other thing that's really, well, now we'll probably do another Vertex AI search. Make it a little bit more official. Yeah, we'll do another Vertex AI search. I don't know though. That one's spinning up on my website, but maybe we'll add to it. And then after that, what's the biggest thing missing? Or the one thing I wanted to get, I wouldn't say missing, but the one thing I wanted to get in my school community, which one are you? We need to get that school community back up. You? No. That's analytics. You? No. You? No. You? Did I close that window? Oh, no, that's the Hank window. I need to get my Hank window up. No. No. This is all the stuff in the course. Just random videos thrown at you. Yes. Okay, this one. We are going to 7:15. We're going to fire up. Let me make that a little bigger on the horizontal. We are going to add to this tonight. I'm going to lay out the plan just step by step. Because you got to just, you know, have a little plan going into your live streams. So what I like doing is I put the plan together and then we go execute. Make that window a little bigger. So we need to do these. Oh, that one's cut off too. Oh, make sure I got my stream set up. That's one thing too, when you start going live streaming, just like fire it up when you first get going. Play with, you know, because you might drop a bit rate. You might not have your audio on. Like, make sure you just tinker with it ahead of time. And then, so we got that one up. Let's see what other one we got up. Okay, that one. Let's take this one to Gumroad, because I got to show you what we're going to do there. Gumroad. Let's go. Yeah, Gumroad. Because there's going to be a couple ways to follow these tutorials. Because I realize, people, different price points, different tech levels, different everything. But there's going to be basically 3 ways to access all this stuff. One is to follow me on YouTube and watch it live. That's going to be free always. But this is the other one we're doing, is the Gumroad. I'm going to be adding to the content engine, which is basically this whole program. Right here. Content. So what we got here is basically how to do everything. And you can probably knock all this out if you're fairly tech savvy. And even if you're not, like, I didn't start knowing this stuff. I just started YouTube videos a couple years ago, right? But basically just check your analytics. Check YouTube analytics right here. That one takes it all the way to an agent. Getting started on Streamlabs. I need to add more to this because that's going to be probably the biggest time saver, is if this one's detailed. Streamlabs, like settings. And then we go to, it's time to go live. Let's head to Twitch. Check out some buttons, like how to use it effectively. And then how to use the podcast editor. And then this is where we're going to finish up tonight, is Vertex AI. So that's my agent, Hank. We need to finish him up. But basically, you guys need to go talk to Hank. Let me put these links in here. So this is my school community. And basically what this is, like, this is where I live and, like, do the work, right? Like, I hang out in that school community. This is where I teach people actively live. So school community, it's called BizRaz IO Academy link. These will be on the TikTok chat. I know I need to get my TikTok link in there. And then my journey to this whole world was backwards. This one, I want you guys to talk to Hank. So if anybody sees this, I need people to go test out my new chat agent, Hank, because he gets better the more interactions. Like, it's not going to be perfect tonight, but the more people that go talk to Hank, the better. And that's on BizRaz.io. That's the bottom one. Hank, he's that chat bubble. Chat bubble. I said 7:30, huh? I keep fucking dicking around. Let's go back to that content engine. Where did that content engine go? Boom. So we got to organize the rest of the tutorials on there. Just fired up my Gumroad. Who's going to be my first sale? I'll show you where I fucking figured out I need to start training people. Like, my whole journey to this was backwards. I built the AI, did the web app, and then I was showing my buddy a tutorial on his Wix website, and there's 3 things that dramatically resonated with my user satisfaction. It was Vertex AI, search and conversation, how to live stream, and then education. Like, it was just, and you'll see it in the Google Analytics 101 tutorial. But we got to expand this. What are we doing tonight? Doing some of these tonight. Yeah, we need to expand this. And if you have time, if you guys see this, this is Hank down. I'm logged in. Gotta log out. Okay, so this is Hank. This is my web app, BizRaz.io. It's going to teach you. It's a full business management dashboard that you can kind of do all of this stuff in. So the Academy and Gumroad teaches. BizRaz.io is where we go execute. But this is Hank. So make sure you guys go talk to Hank if you see him. And, like, try and fuck with him. Oh, fuck me. Fuck. I'm getting, FaceTime call. I gotta take this. I don't know how to do that. Fuck. It's It's my son's birthday, and the old ex has told me she wasn't going to FaceTime. Now I got to fucking... Communication, people. If you ever do that, focus on communication. I will be back on live stream. I don't know what time now because it looks like I'm going to get to FaceTime my kids tonight. I'm sorry. I will put that link up on TikTok, but I got to get this FaceTime and go talk to my kids. I was not expecting a FaceTime call tonight. It has not been very enjoyable. Okay, so in the chat, if you guys see this, school community,